All right. Welcome to the Roots N Remedies. Oh, wow. It was not this windy, as you remember, as we were talking right before the show. So I don't know. I'm sitting outside.
The spirits are around you.
The spirits are around me, hopefully protecting me. Hopefully in protection mode. So good to see you, Jim.
Welcome,
I think
everyone.
we missed last week.
Yes,
we were both traveling and busy.
Yes.
So I'm over on the West Coast again, here in, actually I'm in Bonita Springs right
I'm
now.
in Sept, Florida.
Yeah, the west of Florida, and you're over there in Jupiter, so.
Yes.
Actually, it was beautiful and sunny, not even 5 minutes ago, and I swear, things like
that's Florida weather. It changes from minute to
changes
minute.
like on a whim. So I'm outside. I thought it would be nice to do our show outside today, and I'm at an establishment called the Nectar Lab, which I like to come to because they have wonderful concoctions of herbal teas and drinks and such. So today I'm just drinking a green tea with some agave and
that's a large glass.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Which brings us to one of our topics about liquids.
Yeah, right, exactly. And green tea has a lot of benefits. Yeah, it's a natural antioxidant. It's has caffeine. So if those of you that need your coffee or a caffeine kick in the morning, this is a great alternative to coffee.
Right.
It's really great and speeds up your metabolism. So people who want to lose weight, green tea is excellent for that. It comes in, of course, the green tea right here in the drink, but you can go ahead and get it in encapsulation forms as well if you want to do the weight loss thing. So
yes, Krupa,
I love green tea.
Krupa and I were discussing the importance of liquids in your body.
Yes.
And
it's so important.
We often hear you should be drinking liquids all day, water especially all day.
Water, yeah, absolutely. Water is essential. I mean, we are made up majority of water.
Right.
Of water. So we need to keep the water levels within our body, at the right level. So drinking water every day. They say 8 glasses of water a day is good for you, and that's a good rule of thumb. So absolutely. And I'm a big proponent of someone that loves to have lemon water. And I know people know about lemon water now way before, I've been talking about it for years and years and years, but I think lemon water is what a lot of people now drink in the morning or throughout the day. And I mentioned room temperature water with the lemon because it breaks down the toxins better. So as we're talking about that,
you mentioned also having that first thing in the morning.
Yeah, first thing in the morning because we're already dehydrated.
Right.
So hydrate yourself with some lemon water, and then the lemon allows your body to detox. And also reduces inflammation, kickstarts your metabolism. So if you're on the roll of cleansing naturally, the lemon water is really great. And then if you want to continue drinking lemon water with some green tea, you're in a good place when it comes to weight loss, at least.
Which brings us to the organs in our bodies.
And the organs in our body. So I want to talk a little bit about our urinary system today. Yeah. I was just telling you earlier, right? Correct, about how I've come across several people who have recently developed kidney stones. So, but in my field, in my consultations, in my industry, I've come across several people that have had kidney stones, but it just happens to be lately, 3 of my good friends have unfortunately been.
And I've heard it could be very painful.
Very, very painful, extremely painful. So, kidney stones are a crystallization of our urine. So we need to avoid that happening.
So please give us advice as how to avoid that.
First of all, drinking plenty of water is absolutely important because the main function of our kidney is to remove toxins. It can you hear the thunder?
Yeah.
Can you hear the thunder? Um, it is there to clean and preserve and circulate the fluids within our body. So the kidney has to continuously be flushed out, so it can remove those toxins and circulate those fluids and preserve itself. And when it doesn't have enough liquid or water, because liquid is not always good. Like alcohol, for example, can dehydrate us.
Right.
Dehydration is an issue, with that enables the crystallization of our urine. But those kind of liquids aren't good in
Right.
excess, and fat, those things actually contribute to the crystallization of our urine. So trying to avoid that in excess is important. And if you are going to be, indulging, make sure you're drinking enough water to counter it, if that makes sense.
Right. Sure.
Yeah. So,
Are there
some of the,
certain foods we should avoid with regard to the kidneys?
I mean, really just, I mentioned alcohol and
Right.
fatty. You don't want to have a fatty kidney or fatty liver. Sorry, fatty liver. But fats in general are not good. So too much
Fried food.
white fat, because brown fat. I think we've talked about the brown fat is necessary. White and brown is necessary. White and brown fats are necessary in our body, but a lot of those processed foods and sugary foods, that goes to white fat, and that's not good. So, healthy fats, brown fat is better. Um, but yeah, so too much processed or fatty foods, um, alcohol, too much in excess, it's not good. Fried foods, those foods are not good um, for our kidney and for our urinary system. Um, so kidney stones. There's also just kind of digress a little bit since we're on the topic of urinary system, urinary tract infections. That happens a lot too, and that can happen with not drinking enough water as well. So it's just a really it's critical to drink water
Yes. Yes.
for many
Essential.
reasons.
Essential for us.
It's our essential,
And
100%.
the collagen product that you and I take also helps the body absorb fluids.
Yes, I know. It's a wonderful collagen, and I
Yes.
and my parents take it. They've taken it for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years at
Yeah.
least. Am I
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, so we have an amazing liquid collagen that
Yes.
you can find on our Roots and Remedies website, or just
Yes. The highest absorbable form of collagen on the market.
it really is. It's truly,
Yes.
and I encourage people to reach out to us to get more information on it, and it's definitely available. And I just want to say this: we're going to be next weekend. We're going to be over at Avenir in Palm Beach Gardens. So if you're in the area on Saturday the 14th, I'll have that posted on our
Terrific.
website and the Facebook page. But we'll have a sampling of that collagen at that time, so people can come out and try the collagen and our probiotic, which is our trebiotic, which is our pro, postbiotic, and some other amazing samples. So all good for the gut, all good for the body. So
Yes.
absolutely. So some of the things that are really good. So if you do happen to develop kidney stones, we need to break them. Otherwise, they have to pass,
Right.
and they're painful. Fortunately, I have not had one, but I know people that have, like I mentioned to you, and I understand the background and the education behind what happens with people that do develop kidney stones. And so, there's only two ways. Well, there's a few ways. Either they dissolve, you pass them, or if they're too big to pass, it's surgery.
Right.
So,
D-
and sometimes people develop them more than one time. So,
Are there some procedures where medical procedures where they try to break them down
Yeah, there's medical procedures that do that.
without
Um,
surgery?
yeah, and yeah, I mean that's not fun.
Right.
Like I said, I know people that have gone through that, and it's just not a fun
No, the
process.
goal is to prevent them from happening from the beginning.
Yes, so preventing them from happening. So eating well, eating foods high in fiber, high in vitamin C is great. Um, broccoli is good. Uh, Fennel seed is great. Of course, lemon, I've mentioned to you. Amla, which is Indian gooseberry, highest form of vitamin C.
Yes.
Um, Actually, there's another thing that I wanted to mention is reflexology. So reflexology is really good to improve kidney functions. So that's something. Um, if you want to go out and get a nice, relaxing massage, the reflexology. I had a really amazing friend. She actually just passed away a few weeks ago. I was kind of shocked and saddened to hear about her passing. But my friend Amy, up in Georgia, she was a reflexologist, and
Oh,
yep, she was tremendous, and we connected really well for many reasons. Um, because she believed in all of this, of course, being a reflexologist, and she helps so many people. So just like I talked about Ayurvedic medicine, correct? All the seven chakras that are aligned along your spine and connected to various organs within the body. The
right.
feet, the soles of the feet are connected as well. This is my hand, but the feet is also connected to various organs within the body. So reflexology is really a very good benefit for those who are struggling, with kidney stones or kidney issues. So then there's another thing I'm going to mention, is to take a lukewarm bath with Epsom salt, because and make sure to drink a lot of water before getting in the bathtub, because what that does, it actually pulls the toxins through your feet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, it pulls out the toxins from your feet. So
Ah,
yeah, it's really, really, really another great way. So yeah, I can share all this amazing information. If you want to sign up for a consultation, I'll
yes.
help you. So, yeah, it's really important to take care of our bodies, and I think that if you do develop a kidney stone, just reach out to me or reach out to an herbalist or somebody that's very knowledgeable in natural medicine, because you don't have to take the route, uh, necessarily of going to the doctor and getting on medication.
That should be a last resort. Yes.
That should be the last resort. Yeah, absolutely. Can you still see me? My hair's kind of
Yes.
flying all over the place.
I can see you.
Great, great, great. So, a couple of the things I wanted to talk to everybody about today was headaches. Remember, I was telling you I had a person telling me about headaches.
Yes.
Change in the season, the weather. Some people get such bad
Pollen.
headaches with well, the pollen, different things going on in nature.
Right.
Certain foods trigger headaches. Um, Dehydration, uh, stress. I mean, there's a lot of reasons people get headaches. Tension in your neck. High blood pressure, menopause, all can contribute to headaches.
Yeah.
So, but again, going back to water is really important for that. To help with the headache. Cayenne pepper is good for
Ah,
relieving headaches.
that's good to know.
Eucalyptus is great. So you can actually, put some eucalyptus in the shower and breathe some
Breathe it in.
eucalyptus. Or, put it in a diffuser. Um, and then there's also orange. Anything citrus can help with headaches.
Ah,
And then you can get this in different forms, you know. I do stress to people not to take an essential oil orally because they're so highly concentrated.
Right.
And unless you're under the care of a health and wellness and medical practitioner, I would not suggest to do that at all, because they're not supposed to be ingested. Um, so if you're going to ingest anything in an oil, I would suggest a tincture.
Right.
It's diluted, so it's safe. It's in a safe range, and it comes with a dropper, so it makes a lot more sense. So
Your
um,
wisdom of knowledge there, Krupa.
I'm on a roll today. I don't know. There's a lot of topics. Do you have a question for me, Jim, while I sip on my green tea?
Well, before you were mentioning about taking care of ourselves, and I think a lot of us tend to, as you and I discussed earlier, we're so concerned about others that we sometimes don't care or take care of ourselves.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So I have
over
a very
time,
I
yeah,
have a very good friend, and she is a health and wellness director at a medical spa down in Miami. And she and I talk quite regularly. And she's so good. You know, she's like me. We care for people. We do our consultations. We care for people. We give them great advice. That's why they keep coming back to us. But you know, there's times, and more so lately with her, she has been struggling with, good care for herself. And I had asked her, I'm like, would you treat your now with training, I might have to like pop back in. But I said, would you actually what kind of advice would you give to somebody
right,
to care for yourself if they're struggling? And she gave me some tips, and I'm like, well, why wouldn't you do that for yourself?
right.
you know and then I actually, as I was mentioning that to her, I started asking myself that same old question. I'm like, Krupa, like, I give such good advice and I care for people so much, but then there's a lot of times, because I'm human, I question myself, and I'm like,
Do you ever schedule a consultation with yourself?
actually, Jason gave me a consultation last night for about 25 minutes. That's all I'm gonna say. I wasn't even asking for it, but I think I really needed it. You know? Yeah, he gave me a consultation last night, and actually, you know what? In the morning before he left for work, we talked about it a little bit, and then I really reflected on it for a couple hours after he left, and I sent him a message saying thank you very much for really sharing your thoughts and um, giving me some really great advice. And he's like, of course, we're a team.
Right,
And
right.
um, and that's what it is, when you can confide in somebody else that can uplift you. I mean, there's nothing better than that.
Yeah.
And I think we just have to remember that we need to treat ourselves with kindness and love and respect, because we wouldn't treat someone else less than that,
Right.
you know um, so it's a really good reminder. I think we're all very critical of ourselves, and we're our hardest critics. I know I am, for sure. um, but it's time to give grace. It's important to give grace. So
And sometimes, we're so, I see the rain there.
yeah, it's raining. I know. I probably have, like, look at my glass. So much for the sunny weather here in South Florida.
Are you getting wet?
Probably have to cut this a little bit shorter than I want it to be
Okay. Okay.
um, today. But did you want to say something? And then we can pick up next week.
I think people in the medical field and health related, they're always trying to help others, and they really don't think about themselves, because your natural inclination is to be helping other people. But it's so important, like you said, to really think about yourself too. What will keep you healthy and mentally and
One,
physically.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I don't think the medical professionals, I take care of the medical professionals. I have a lot of nurses that come to me, and physicians, and just people in the health and wellness industry that come to me, and they're like, take care of me, please help me. We
Right.
all need someone to help us
Yeah.
feel good and remind ourselves remind us that we are, you know, special.
Right.
Um, and it's really important to keep that balance. The intake and the output need to try to be balanced, and it's not always easy to do so. So
And I like to remind everybody to live their best life with Krupa.
live your best life with Krupa. All right, Jim.
Okay. Thank you all. We lost Krupa there, but we really do thank you for joining us today. It's so important to think about what's best for yourselves, and consultations with Krupa are so important. You can actually contact her on the RootsNRemedies.net website to schedule a consultation, or you can actually private message Krupa or myself. We're both on Facebook, and we'd be happy to direct you how to have a consultation with Krupa. So thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to speaking with you next week. Live your best life with Krupa.